The Richmond County Sheriff's Office has concluded an investigation that had been ongoing with 4 arrests in drug-related charges, another fire at a plant in East Rockingham, and Congressman Robert Pittenger joins us to talk about the new Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. All that and more on your Thursday edition of Live at 5. Richmond County's Nightly News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Lance Jenkins, and welcome to Live at 5, Richmond County's Nightly News. Tonight's show is brought to you by Harrington Funeral Home in Hamlet. Good folks over at Harrington, and they certainly take care of you in your time of need. Harrington Funeral Home located in Hamlet, North Carolina. And folks, want to make a major announcement right now about a Live at 5 schedule next week. Live at 5 will not air on Monday, December 25th, Christmas Day, the day after, December 26th, or December 27th. We will return on Thursday, December 28th. And of course, want to also let you know that the publication, the Richmond Observer, will not publish on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. We'll also return on the 28th. Look forward to bringing you Richmond County's Nightly News starting back on the 28th, and we certainly hope you'll enjoy your Christmas holiday. Let's get right to it now for tonight's top story. The House and Senate passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act this week, and the next step is to send it to the President Trump's desk. Republicans are rejoicing with the passing of this bill, citing that it will put more money back into the pockets of the American people. And the promise is that you'll notice pretty soon a difference in what you're paying in taxes. So earlier today, Congressman Robert Pittenger and I spoke about the bill and how he expects it to directly benefit the citizens of Richmond County.
And we are joined now by Congressman Robert Pittenger, who represents the 9th Congressional District in North Carolina. Congressman, certainly glad to have you on the show tonight.
Great to be with you.
So you voted in favor of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, but not a single vote came from Democrats on the tax bill, most of them saying that only helps the wealthy. So, and Republicans
Shame on them.
They argue, the Republicans, though, they're saying that it will indeed help the middle class. So how will Americans, specifically citizens of Richmond County, see the benefits most from this tax bill?
Proof's in the pudding. Wait till the February paycheck. Get your paycheck, you'll see not as much money was taken out. Democrats are all concerned because they are so afraid that these policies are going to work. We've been in the doldrums for the last decade. Our economy has grown at a little rate of 2% or less, and it's the only economy since World War II that never grew to 3%. And this bold tax reform is what is needed. It's what happened, what we did in the 1980s, where we took off and created 15 million jobs. So this is a jobs bill, and this returns money back to the hands of the American people. It takes it away from the federal government. We believe the people and businesses know how to spend the money to invest it and to create more and better jobs, better than the federal government does.
Well, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont noted yesterday an estimate from the Congressional Budget Office indicating that the act's going to add nearly $1.5 billion to the national debt. And I know Republicans have been deficit conscious over the last 9 years, particularly. But I want to ask you, what if those numbers are true, and if so, what's the plan for this not to negatively affect the budget long term?
Again, it's a lot of misinformation. I mean, I'm a budget hawk too. I'm very concerned about our national debt. But what Mr. Sanders and the CBO doesn't consider is the impact of growth. That is a static number. That means that number is solely based on the cuts and not the impact of the growth. What happens? What do I mean by growth? Growth means that companies are going to expand. You've already heard about AT&T and Wells Fargo and all these companies who are going to expand. I've got many companies in my district who are going to expand because they're going to have more capital. When we cut the rates of businesses, and they're going to have more money to reinvest and to expand their interest in their business, and that creates jobs. Jobs create more revenue back to the federal coffers. This is a jobs bill, and when those tax receipts, though, will reduce the impact of this tax bill. It's believed by most economists that if you grow the economy just by 1%, that you'll increase revenue back to the federal government by $2.6 billion. So we have enormous opportunity here to address our economic needs in this country by growing the economy.
One last question for you, and that is focusing on the tax penalty for not having health insurance. That, of course, effective in 2019, will be completely null and void. And I know for you, that is a tremendous victory because that's something that you've been adamant about in the past. Let's talk about that. Americans no longer going to be penalized for not having health insurance if they choose to do so. You've got to be proud of this victory. I know you've talked about it. I've been to town halls where you've talked about it. And I'm curious, how do you think this will have a long-term effect on the national deficit? A lot of Republicans are projecting that it is actually going to improve the economy just by not having that tax penalty.
Absolutely. You know, look at the effect of the mandate right now. Look at the health care coverage today. People have deductibles that are $5,000 to $10,000, and their premiums go anywhere from $1,200 a month to $3,000 a month. They really don't have coverage. We need a competitive market. We don't need the government mandating, telling the American people, here's the type of policy you have to buy, and we're going to penalize you if you don't buy it. I mean, that's pure socialism. And this country provides the best services and the best products of any country in the world because of competitive markets where you have to compete to get somebody to buy your product or buy your service. And this destroys that. So this is the first step in reestablishing a competitive market. No individual in this country should be told by the federal government what they have to buy. Same way you buy car insurance. You buy car insurance relative to what you want to pick and what kind of coverage you want to have. And so this is a very positive first step in replacing this very misguided failure of a health care policy that was originated by President Obama.
Congressman Robert Pittenger, he wrote a letter to the editor of the Richmond Observer. You can read it today on richmondobserver.com and on the RO app. Congressman, certainly appreciate you being on the show today.
Great to be with you. Y'all have a wonderful Christmas.
Again, you can read his letter to the editor about the act on richmondobserver.com and the RO app for Android and Apple devices today. When we come back, tonight's top stories, including an ongoing investigation that turned into a major drug bust for the Sheriff's Department, all that and more coming up right after these messages.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
At Richmond Community College, we can prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
Family Pharmacy is a local pharmacy that's been in business in Rockingham for over 10 years. Located in the Food Lion Shopping Center on US 1 North, we have easy access into the store and a drive-thru for your convenience as well. You can download the official Family Pharmacy app at myfamilypharmacy.com, and we'll help you set it up to text you when your prescription is ready, and you can even set it up to fill your prescriptions when due. Our motto is we'll treat you like family, and it's something we truly mean. We take the same care in filling your prescription that we would take for our own family. Family Pharmacy. We'll treat you like family.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
I'm Kelly. I worked at Champion Ford for 2 years.
6 years.
3 years.
1 year.
I've been at Champion Ford for 13 years.
1 whole year. 15 years.
I'm Jamie and I've been at Champion Ford for 12 years.
I've been here 8 years.
Champion prices, champion service, champion experience.
Get treated like a champion today at Champion Ford. Just down the road from high prices, championfordlincoln.com.
We are Champion Ford.
Welcome back to your Thursday edition of Live at 5. The Sheriff's Office arrested 4 individuals after an ongoing investigation into complaints of drug activity on Hawkins Lane in Rockingham. During the execution of search warrants on December 12th, Walter Lee Ellerby III, Marvin Gay Lindsay, Kenny McBride Jr., and Clifton Saunders were all charged with drug-related crimes. In addition, Andrea Kendall Leviner, 18, of Granny Rummage Road in Ellerby, was found in possession of controlled substances on jail premises on December 11th and was charged accordingly. She allegedly brought in the drugs while visiting an inmate in jail. Fire personnel was notified at 11:29 p.m. Wednesday night to 612 Airport Road at the location of Direct Pack with a possible smoke and fire. On arrival, the first emergency truck discovered smoke and flames from inside the structure. The fire was contained to 3 pallets that had coarse grains of plastic in a small area by the activation of the sprinkler system in the plant. Direct Pack is a company that specializes in thermoformed packaging for food products. It manufactures the trays that restaurants use as takeout boxes. The plastic is recycled in the plant to produce the trays. A graduate of Richmond Community College is making his mark in his hometown of Wadesboro by transforming the town's only gym under new ownership. John Irvin Ballard III celebrated the grand opening of his business with family, friends, community leaders, and customers as he ceremoniously cut the ribbon on JB Fitness in downtown Wadesboro. You can read his success story and learn more about his experience at Richmond Community College by visiting richmondobserver.com or reading it on the free RO app. And be sure to also read today's full edition of the Richmond Observer featuring the President's and Dean's lists at RCC this fall, a story about Santa's secret substitute, Jim McDonald of Hamlet, a story about Second Baptist Church and Christian Academy's extraordinary Christmas celebration and their Journey to Bethlehem trip, and information about St. Paul Lutheran Church's candlelight service this Sunday night. All that and more on today's edition. You can read it on, you guessed it, richmondobserver.com and on the RO app for free. Folks, when we come back, Kelsey Rushing, our chief weather reporter, going to be bringing your 5-day forecast, which will include Christmas Day. It's coming up right after these messages.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Welcome back to your 5-day weather forecast, which is brought to you by Family Pharmacy. So first things first, it's 4 days till Christmas. Just laying that out there. It is almost here, which means 3 days until Christmas Eve, which, speaking of Christmas Eve, we have the lows throughout Richmond County between 38 and 37. So keep that in mind on that day. Other than that, let's go on to your regular 5-day weather forecast, starting with Friday. Friday had a 10% chance of rain with a high of 62 and a low of 47. And Saturday, as I said yesterday, is going to be hotter of these days with a high of 70 and a low of 51 with a 2% chance of rain. And then Sunday, which is Christmas Eve, will have a 90% chance of rain with a high of 55 and a low of 58. So keep that in mind. And then Monday on Christmas Day, it'll be sunny, no rain at all with a high of 49 and a low of 26. And Tuesday will also have a 0% chance of rain with a high of 51 and a low of 24. Other than that, let's go back to the desk.
And thank you for joining us for this Thursday edition of Live at 5. And only one more episode remains until Christmas is here. And of course, today's our 95th episode, I just found out. So that is tremendous. It's hard to believe we are literally 5 episodes from celebrating the 100th episode. So if I do my math correctly, we'll celebrate our 100th episode the first full week in January. So that's going to be really exciting. We hope you'll join us. And folks, remember, tomorrow night we'll have another edition of Live at 5 bringing you Richmond County's Nightly News. It's our Friday edition, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow night when we come back to the studio to give you your news. So folks, remember, you can watch Richmond County's Nightly News Live at 5 on the YouTube channel, our Facebook page, as well as richmondobserver.com and the RO app. And remember, you can download the RO app for free on Android and iPhone devices. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll do it all over again. Richmond County's Nightly News ends right now. So long.